this. Forex, crypto trading, it's a professional assignment. You can even call it a professional course because some people go to the university to study this. They want to become medical doctors because this is where they can be able to, achieve the dream, the desire of studying a professional course. But the truth is it about that? Yes, maybe that has really helped so many, to solve that challenge. Hi, I want to welcome you to the trading podcast. And in this particular trading podcast, I have a couple of things, to discuss with you. And these are just some few things that help in your trading journey. The reason I thought to start this podcast is to have the opportunity to give you words that you would hear and would help with your psychology, your mindset, your right mindset is to help you develop the proper trading mindset, the proper trading psychology, and you can see things rightly. There are many people who, gain into trading with the wrong perception, with the wrong ideology. They saw trading differently, but that's what this podcast is about. It will help you align your thoughts rightly with the things you should think, not with the things you shouldn't think. Just like what it implies, podcast, hearing words, inspiring words that will motivate, words that would elevate, words that can take you from a certain place where you are to another level. That's what making this podcast for you. So by the end of this podcast, you would have gained more knowledge and have learned so much to use in your trading journey. So by the way, I have a couple of books that I wrote on trading. Okay, so I have the one I wrote on Forex and crypto trading, and this particular book covers trading from the grassroots, into the professional stage. And for those of you who are wondering how you can get the book, it's on our website and on the KFC trading store. You can easily get it and purchase it for yourself for as low as 10 USD. So I'm going to be making references to the book as I share a few things with you. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take an introductory part of the book to explain a few things. I'm going to start by talking to you on understanding the Forex and crypto markets. Understanding the Forex, in case you want to write, you can write that down. Understanding the Forex and crypto markets. How do you understand the Forex and crypto markets? The Forex and crypto market is easy, but the reason why many people do not get it right is because they probably had the wrong understanding. So there's this first article I'm going to read and then use it to explain a few things to you. The world of trading has evolved significantly over the past few decades, from traditional stock markets to the rise of digital currencies. Traders now have more opportunities than ever to capitalize on global financial markets. Among most dynamic and accessible markets today are Forex, that's the foreign exchange, and cryptocurrency. What has really evolved around the trading industry. It's not business as usual, so in a quest to solve many financial challenges, you find a lot of people who probably were not supposed to be traders, were never even supposed to be interested in trading, giving it a thought, giving it a good consideration. So this has led to a lot of interest in this area. But you see, in spite of the fact that you came in with the ideology of wanting to change your financial status, okay, and win, make more money, and be able to solve the bills challenges that you may be having, there's no full guarantee that you will make money. It's not a guarantee that once you become a Forex and crypto trader that you start making money. No, you will not make money. You will not. And that's one hard truth which we ought to tell many who are interested in trading. You will not make money. Because you see, to make money in trading, first of all, what's important is you must understand that it is a skill. And one of the ways to make money when you're dealing with a skill is you must first learn and understand that skill. Until you approach trading as such, you keep gambling, you keep losing money. It doesn't mean that when you eventually get good or learn the skill that you would still find yourself in a position of losing money. Losing money in trading is part of this process. It's part of the system. Okay? Because there's no business anyone will ever get involved with that does not involve losing money. Every business has the aspect of losing and the aspect of profitability. That's one thing you must understand. So you have the tendency to lose no matter what business you're doing. So approach trading in this manner and you'll get it right. So in the dynamic nature of this industry, you must understand that a lot of young people have found themselves involved with this thing, involved in trading, the forex and crypto. Okay, especially in the country where we are in Nigeria, and one of the challenges in this country is job opportunities. Several young people are out there willing and wishing to work with the right qualification, right skill, but they cannot get a job. They get a job and they're not getting good jobs. Why is that so? Why is it that some young people cannot get the jobs of their dream, the job that they desire? Because we are in a world, in a country where that's the programming, and that's why most times when we're having some like a poverty alleviation program or empowerment program, we encourage the young ones not to rely on the government, not to rely on the economy of the nation, not to rely on on all these things, but to become financially independent. And that's one thing trading does. It brings you into that place of financial independence. Some of you who were once in college, university, high school, you'd remember that there's such a thing as professional courses, and many people seek to study professional courses, and the reason is because they understand that professional courses would put you in a position where when you out of school, you're not seeking for a job. You become self-employed. So you determine how you make money. So people come to you for your services. Like those who went for engineering, electrical engineering, architecture. I don't know how it is in your country. In just case you're watching this podcast from another country, it might be different. But in my country, Nigeria, you see people going for courses like electrical engineering, architecture, medicine. They want to become medical doctors, because this is where they can be able to achieve the dream, the desire of studying a professional course. But the truth is about that who's lived life. Yes, maybe that has really helped you. And I've always wished he solved the professional course. So if you find a father who's lived life for many years, and I've always wished he studied the professional course, and then he has a child who is about to enter into that phase of her life or his life, and he thinks, no, what I went through, she shouldn't go through, he shouldn't go through. Let me bring my child into that place of comfort. And he's insisting, you must go fencing, you must. And if she, for any reason, or he says he wants to be a musician, you begin to find them having issues. There have been cases like that. But I bring you a good news. Forex, crypto trading, it's a professional assignment. You can even call it a professional course, because some people go to the university to study this. But you see, story for another day. You may not find it in your university. Okay, you may not find it in your high school, in your college. But this is something you need to study. It will put you in that professionalism. So, as a professional trader, you do not rely on anybody to make money. So you're independent. So it is also like one who is a medical doctor, okay, or one who is an engineer. So, but the challenge, by some may not even achieve certain value in that regard, is because they probably have not gotten to the professionalism or gotten to the professional standard or level in trading. It's just like studying medicine. How do you become a professional doctor? First, you have to go to the school. You have to study, and you have to study for many years. Of course, a lot of you would recall that most medical doctors that you know, or that you are, because some of you are medical doctors, you didn't just become. You have to go through series of studies. You went to school, you have to study, you have to learn before you could achieve that level. That's the same with trading. So trading to be learned. So you must learn it, you must study it. There is a lot of information to learn. But maybe just come into it because there is easy access. As a medical doctor, you've got to be licensed. You've got to be sworn into office. But in trading, there's no such. So with your mobile device, you're able to just get into probably Google Play Store or Apple or App Store. You download to yourself that app, and you begin the journey. In fact, even to verification, it's so easy. You just get in, you get yourself verified, okay, get approval, and then the next thing is funding. And many just get there and just fund their account. $100, $1,000, $5,000, $100,000. And the result is that after many trading experience, they blow the accounts, they lose the money. That's what it means to blow accounts, in case you're hearing it for the first time. So, and let's see, trading is a scam. It's not for the weak, it's for the strong. It's for, they come up with different ideologies. Yes, of course, it's not for the weak. I agree that it's not for the weak, but it is only for you if you study it, if you learn the skill. You must take it as a school. Now, this is not to promote what we do, but that's the reason why we decide to do what we did. Okay, as a young guy aspiring to learn how to trade, I never had the privilege, and I never had the opportunity to be tutored, to be taught by someone, to understand what it is. You see, but I had the leading to get into it as a man of the spirit. When God told me to go into it, I had the lead to go into it against all odds. I got in, and when I got in, I didn't have access to materials, access to mentors. It was that difficult, and I haven't been guided by the Lord from the beginning stage to the stage where I began to realize, oh no, many come in and they get into trouble, they get bonds. I thought, okay, what should we do, Lord? Because I've been taught to be a solution to my world, and I thought to provide a solution. Praying about it, and God guided me. We came about Caris Forex and Crypto Trading Academy. Okay, so we launched it as a product to our company, Biz Connect Services, because that's what I was into before then. So Biz Connect Services is like an agency firm, so connects people to product and services. Understanding that we are in an agent and time of connectivity. So you want to get a ride, you get an Uber, but Uber doesn't have car. Or you get a boat, but they don't have a car. Okay, so but there is a connectivity that brings Uber or boat or taxify, like they used to say, or that's Uber or boat or taxify or InDrive. There's a connectivity that brings the owners of the car to the company that provide the services. That connectivity is it's an age and time that we're living in. We're living in an age of time of digitalization. So any prospering business must get in connectivity, and that's what Biz Connect Services is about. So we've been in it, we've connected people to products and services. As an agency, we've done a lot of that, and then we decided to explore part of our product, which is trading. And to explore that, we thought to launch it as a product, and we called it Caris, as led by God. And Caris is K-A-R-S. A lot of you who know Caris will know that Caris is C-H-A-R-I-S. Okay, which means grace. What's grace? Grace, unmerited favor. Something you did not work for. You see that now? So grace that carries you to do well in that thing. So it's a grace from God given to me, and I thought, okay, I'm going to start what can help people too. So I'm providing a platform that can give such grace, but grace through knowledge. Grace through knowledge. So the academy seeks to give you knowledge, and knowledge is from the word is K. Okay, and so we say, okay, fine, K for knowledge. We take out the CH and we replace it with K, and that came Caris. That became our Caris, K Caris. Okay, and then Caris Forex and Crypto Trading. So that's what's KFC Trading. So just in case you've been wondering what KFC is about, that's what it's about. And we built this platform in such a way as you are in a newbie, you know nothing about trading, you have no money, no resources, you have everything you need, from the grassroots to the professional stage. Then you need more details. You need private mentorship, one-on-one mentorship. Then we have the VIP, because that requires consultations. So the VIP is more like consulting, professionals to get you to understand what you need to know about trading. So that's what KFC Trading is about. So our website is www.kfctrading.com, or you can just put kfctrading.com and you want the website. Visit the website, it will help you. It's a school, that's what it's about. So I thought, no, I went through a lot to learn. No one to guide me, no platform available to learn for free. Okay, many other ones you need to pay for it, and at that time I didn't have much resources to get on board. So I said, no, I'm going to make it easy for the guy who's starting. Okay, when you start making money and you want to upgrade your course, or in the course, then you pay for the VIP part of the academy, and KFC Trading was born. So there must be education. You must be educated. Okay, you must learn it. And listen, it will save you the waste, the blowing up of accounts, the losses. Not like you wouldn't lose, but you are losing with knowledge. Losing in ignorance is worse than losing with knowledge. Losing with knowledge is a simple profit and loss. What happens in business? Okay, so it's planned, and that's why we use the word you take your losses. You cut your losses and you take your profit. So you understand that it's a business where you ought to lose, but you lose as planned. So in a $10,000 account, I'm going to lose maybe $1,000. So it's planned. But in that same way, I'm going to gain 5,000, 50% of my capital. So you take out 1,000 from 5,000, you get 4,000. Okay, and then your money moves from 10,000 to 14,000. That's how trading ought to be. It's not gambling. No, it's not. And I did call on young people to be informed, especially now in this country, Nigeria. The government is pushing, for a scheme to empower at least 100,000 youth, young people in Nigeria. Don't be left behind. Okay, we're going to empower them by introducing them into Forex and crypto academy. You should be in the forefront, because that talks about the future. For those who've been following me over the years, you remember that I used to have this podcast. Okay, I didn't really call it a podcast, but that's what it is. Because that's what podcasts mean. You used to have it on TikTok, and Facebook, where I do come live and I talk to you about the future of money. And I used to talk about how cryptocurrency is the future of money, and I gave a lot of insight. Just like that, it's a talk. It's a talk. Though sometimes I have practical classes, but it's a talk on the podcast. Those of you who've been following will understand, because look at where we are now. I'm talking about back 2021. That's like 4 years ago, right? But look at where we are. It's truly the future. How about when they said it's illegal to trade in Nigeria, cryptocurrency especially? How about that? It was fought, condemned. And I think that was about then, when I was doing that podcast. So I had some couple of friends who would say, you are promoting what is considered illegal. And I said, no, you cannot call it illegal, because it cannot be illegal. Okay, I said, no, you cannot call it illegal. It's not illegal. It's legal, because it's a market. It's the approach that matters. But that's for another day, so I do not digress from what I'm talking about. So I focus and keep the main thing. So, but fast forward, we're now in a time when the government seeks to train 100,000, and this is more like a poverty alleviation program for the government. They've come to realize that young people are now dynamic, just like what I read, the article I read for you from the beginning of this podcast. Okay, about the times we're living in, about the change, the dynamic nature of the industry and market. A lot of young people find it more comfortable to trade. Okay, so the government is okay, fine, since this can make them independent, if we do that for 100,000, we are reducing poverty. We're getting those who are unemployed, employed, self-employed. So that means trading can keep you self-employed. So why are you wasting your time? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? Now listen, studying and learning it takes time. So it's usually better that you start early. Like I find people who say, oh, I want to be morning trader, and I say, do you have time? Because you need the days of investing into understanding it, learning it before you start making the money. You will not make the money immediately. You have to invest in knowing it. It takes time. Lots of us, you see, we're making the money now. It took us time to learn. You see a lot of mentors out there, it took them time to learn. So do you have that time to learn? You must create that time. And when you have learned, you've learned by the time you created, then you can have the results. Otherwise, you're not going to have the positive results. You're going to have the negative results. And that will make your life full of many other negativities. And I'm not sure that's what you want. I'm sure you want to do trading because you want to make money. So if you want to start now, get on kfctrading.com, www.kfctrading.com, and start learning. Earlier you do, the better. So this is what I can take with you for this particular episode of this podcast. I'm going to be coming up with more episodes. This is just to educate you. I'm sure many wrong perceptions and notions are being corrected, and wrong psychologies too have been put right in this episode. So I want you to watch out for the next episode. So we can call this episode 1. So we're going to be looking forward to episode 2. In episode 2, I'm going to bring you more understanding, more knowledge, and explain more details to you on a few things you will need to learn about trading. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will need it. Turn on the notification button so that when we have videos that would help you to succeed and understand trading, you can be notified. See you in the next episode. Make sure you succeed in trading.